suckers can be over 224 acres in size.
Oh my god. 0.3 450 football fields. Bro. What, bro? The evil billionaire epidemic. When you think of evil billionaire, what do you think of? I think of Elon Musk. I think of Peter Thiel. I think of Mark Zuckerberg. I think of what's that? Sam Altman. Who else? What's another billionaire? Oh, Donald Trump, our president. Oh, great. Well, that's fucking great. I think of a lot of fucking names, and you probably knew that too, right? You probably thinking the same thing. You like, oh, we got all these fucking weirdos that run this shit behind the scene and everything, but it's just weird. Like, I don't know, man. I don't understand these billionaires, man. I don't know what they think they're gonna gain from doing all this weird, evil, corrupted shit. They must be fucking stupid to think that they are gonna get away with anything. But let's see what's going on, man, with this video, man.
Paid wasn't bad enough. These greedy billionaires now want our bills to go up. To think I thought scalping grocery prices was the extent of their greed, but these corporate executives really can't leave any stone unturned. Just this past week, nearly 50,000 Lake Tahoe residents are now being dropped by their...
You know what I did hear, though? I did hear that there was like a whole town that pretty much just lost their electricity. Like, an electricity, like... Oh, yeah, here it's on the screen. This futurism shit. This one right here. I heard about this story. Electric company says it's cutting off an entire town so it can sell all of its power to AI data. Bro, deadass. Like, electric companies are just saying, you know what? Fuck it, nigga. We gonna sell, you know what I mean? We gonna sell you out, man. But hey, man, I'm telling y'all, bro, this shit is not gonna end well, bro. For these fucking billionaires, man. I'm telling y'all, bro. They gonna have to... You know, they running out of time, man, bro. Please, 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 my good sir, please upgrade the fuck out of that bunker because it is not going to save you, bruh.
Power companies, as those companies redirect their power to the massive billionaire-owned data center instead. In just 2024 alone, 135 hyperscale data centers were added, and as of January 2026, we now have over 2,300 active data centers in the United States, with 1,600 plus planned or in construction. What's a hyperscale data center, you ask? Well, unlike the data storage in the basement of an office building, these suckers can be over 224 acres in size.
Oh my god. 0.3 450 football fields. Bro. What, bro?
Or 450 American football fields.
Giant warehouses are popping up across the US, more than 2 every week.
Speaking of America, we now have 30...
They speed... Nah, that's crazy. I knew they was like building these shit super quick, but they actually speed running this shit. Like, they're speed running it. You know, like... You know, you play a video game and you speed run it to beat it in the fastest possible time. Like, that's what they're doing with AI data centers. And do these people not understand that even if you were to build all these data centers, all that would happen is that the power grid nationwide would literally collapse. Like, it would literally collapse nationwide. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my gosh. The United States, approximately 37 to 46% of all data centers globally. Oh my god, making its the largest data center market in the world. Oh yeah, it's like 5,000. What the fuck? God damn, bro.
7% of the world's data centers, and each and every one of them siphons...
Okay. Multiple real estate, hyperscale, cryptocurrency, colocation. Oh yeah, they're building the fuck out of these in Texas, bro. Y'all niggas in Texas, y'all better lock in, bro. Come on, bro. Y'all niggas in Texas gotta lock in, bro. California got a fat ass one. Nevada got a fat ass one. There's one in the south of New Mexico. Got some in Colorado. What is this? Utah? Or Idaho? Where the fuck? I don't know what the fuck that is. Okay, you got some here, got some here, got some out north up here. They're building the fuck out of these. Cryptos, currency. Yeah.
Resources from the local lands they're built upon.
Oh my
Whether that's
God.
water for cooling or electricity for their power, the locals' quality of life suffers as they lose access to basic household necessities. And to add insult to injury, our utility
That's gonna lead into something violent.
bills, yes, meaning you and me, not the company, they go up.
If you live in any of these states, your electric bill is higher this summer. It's not because of anything you did. You're paying more because the world's biggest tech companies are building so many data centers.
Like to the guy who
and they're forcing the payment on us. That's the reality. Like, they're not the ones. It's crazy because like you think like, oh well, like, oh, these tech companies, these tech billionaires, these tech oligarchs, oh, they'll pay for, you know, all the electricity and stuff. Nope. Nope. You paying for that shit, nigga. Shit's crazy, bro.
Overworked and under. Be careful what you wish for, bro, since we're getting railed pretty hard by corporations right now. Over the past 5 years, coincidentally, every single time a data center is built in a surrounding area, the locals experience an average increase of 267% on their electricity bills. That's not a small number. Remember, normal inflation is just 3% a year, so they should have only gotten 15% higher bills in 5 years. Man, I wonder where the other 252% is coming from. The suspiciously 450 football-sized.
Oh. AI hellscape by helicopter. Yo, bruh. This shit is crazy, dude, bruh. Yo, we gotta, hey, American people, we gotta do something about these shits. I'm just saying, look, we gotta do something about these. And who's fucking parking here? Who works at these places, man?
Warehouse might be the cause. I don't know, guys. We live in the internet era. People can literally log on to their power company's online portal or even check their physical mailed letters, then see last year's payments, then compare it to the year when a data center was built near them.
Oh. That shit went from $44. That shit doubled, bruh. Oh, shit. Oh, that's adding on top. Oh, my bad. Oh, my bad. Sorry.
And boom, they can spot the difference and see these massive increases. It doesn't take a Harvard study for us to know this is a thing, but just in case it does, there are multiple websites that all use the exact 267% stat, meaning that we know.
Want us to stop building our electrical grid. Which adversary would want that?
Yo, what is this nigga, bruh? Utah National Security. Yo. Wait, hold on. Hold on a second. First of all, Fox News, go fuck yourself. Second of all, billionaire on the screen, go fuck yourself. This nigga is wearing a whole ass suit, wearing fucking flip-flops. What the fuck am I looking at, bro? Why is this nigga wearing flip-flops? Yo, these people.
I got my guys to go a deep dig into the IP addresses, and here's what we found out. This is fascinating. We found 2 cells inside of Utah. Elevate Strategies. Gabby Finlayson. Gabby, what are you doing? And who's paying you? So
this nigga wearing flip-flops.
When we don't fall for
Bro read her full name like an Xbox lobby.
their brainwashing, they have the audacity to dox.
Bro, who actually watches Fox News though? Deadass. How the fuck, like, how do you sit down and watch Fox News, my nigga? I'm sorry, bro. How do you sit down and watch Fox News? I don't understand the thought process behind this. How do you watch Fox News, bro?
A normal citizen's IP address, call her out by name, declare she's a foreign spy, despite Kevin O'Leary being a foreigner who is trying to put a data center in.
Yo, he's so cringe, bro. Go back. Go back. What the fuck is going on? Yo, hey. Hey. What are you doing? Oh, yeah. Yeah, you want to be like that? You want to come here and say hi. What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? Where are your toys at? Yeah. My bad, y'all. My kitty was just... My kitty. I love her. Sorry, anyways.
O'Leary being a
Canadian
foreigner who is...
This, I've been seeing this picture, bruh, of this nigga, bruh. This picture right here. Who the fuck, bro, think he is? Shark Tank star faces bipartisan fury over. Like, these billionaires, like, deadass, like, do y'all really think you're gonna get away with this shit, bro? Like,
trying to put a data center in Utah.
Can you be quiet and let our citizens hear what needs to be
I seen this shit, bro. This shit is so sad, man.
said, please?
As they voted to move forward with a controversial data center proposal backed by celebrity Canadian businessmen.
There you go. Look at all those white people fucking, you know what I'm saying? Look at all those white people, man. protesting for their country, man. You know what I'm saying?
Evan O'Leary.
These boomers still think they're slick, like it's the 1970s Soviet era, where as long as you controlled television, you had the public masses on your side. But we're not so gullible anymore. Any individual now can post something online. It doesn't have to go through some filtered state-owned media or television channel. Now, unfortunately, anyone being able to post on social media does still mean anyone. So billionaire investment firms realized this and started buying out a bunch of YouTube channels.
Right.
That way they can
Yeah, they did. You know, there was one YouTube channel called Fern. You might know which one that is, Fern. That was bought out by a billionaire too, bruh. They're just buying out YouTube channels. They're buying out. They bought TikTok. Niggas bought I mean they own Twitter and all that shit too.
force them to make overly clean and soulless content straight off an assembly line, which pushes out grassroots
AI
creators like myself and many others who actually want to just work independently and not have a corporate agenda. Like, genuinely, it's still insanely dystopian how far billionaire greed goes this day. This absolutely lines with the topic of this video, because it's sad to me that they really want every single penny from every single revenue stream. It's so disgusting that they are now buying businesses or individuals. Then these people don't even disclaim that they're owned by private equity firms, some of which are literally owned by multi-trillion entities. Like, I do want to
trillionaire
address this situation.
Fucking disgusting. I am not. Oh yeah, that is true. I am not suicidal. I am not suicidal at all. There is no reason for me to die. Let's just say that. There's no reason for me to die. No reason. No reason.
Because it absolutely pertains to this video topic, and it's close to my heart as someone who's been creating on this platform for almost a decade. There's something magical and hope-inducing about any one of you who are watching. You can start yapping, editing, and posting about a topic, and someday make it big and successful. And I'm surrounded by plenty of other creators who started off doing just that. Sure, luck is absolutely a factor, but being self-made is part of the magic of YouTube. That's why they used to say, broadcast yourself. There's something so detached and
Niggas bought Coco Melon. Bruh, ain't nobody. Bruh, if I had a kid, bruh, and they was watching Coco Melon, I'd take that phone and smack it out of their fucking hands, bruh. You better not be watching no fucking Coco Melon. I don't even know what these three channels are. This is the channel I was talking about, Ferd, and this channel. And this channel was good, bro. This channel was actually good. But they got bought out, bro. It's just so sad that they just, I don't know, man. It's so sad, man.
About these industry plants, that's what I'm going to call them, because that's what they are, who are funded by multi-billion, sometimes even trillionaire investment firms who can just pop up, push smaller creators out, pump out content way faster, utilize resources and connections far wider than what the normal creator would have access to. And this slowly makes this platform feel more like cable TV or state-owned media instead of something that used to celebrate individuals, independence, and self-made business.
The reality is that it doesn't matter what these billionaires do. It doesn't matter how much, companies, social media platforms that they buy out, right? Like, they will never be able to, it will never work. It just won't. It's because of social media. Everybody can see through all the bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, it's literally too late for these billionaires. These billionaires, first of all, are stupid. And, bro, that's just reality. These billionaires are not smart, bro. They just buy out all companies so that they can benefit themselves and themselves only. And it backfires every single fucking time. And it's only a matter of time before people get pissed off enough before something happens, bro.
Businesses. People watch you because they like you. Speaking of which, thank you guys so much for getting me to 900,000 followers. It is actually unbelievable. The dream of hitting 1 million, I genuinely didn't think would ever be possible in my lifetime. But Unc might actually be able to pay off all his cancer debt at this rate. Like, genuinely, you guys have changed my life, and I love and respect every single one of you guys for tuning in weekly to my epidemic slop. And subscribe if you're new here, if you enjoy this epidemic slop. Anyways, and
I'm about going crazy.
There are many other.
You know what's so crazy too? Niggas like Moist Critical. Oh, God bless his fucking soul. I'm not religious, but God bless his fucking soul. Because this man, if it wasn't for him, like, for guys like, oh man, bro. He's probably one of the most authentic content creators on YouTube, bro. I'm just gonna give it to me.
Channels like this who people love them for them. I'm not against companies using YouTube if they are a small business, right? Just trying to get some of their products out. I'm not some loser who's just going to be jealous of people who are wealthy, successful, or rich even. Like, listen, if you were to make $1 a second, you would be a millionaire in just 12 days. However, it'd still take 31 years to become a billionaire. And now picture this, actual multi-hundred.
This is insane, bro. This is insane, man. Nobody should be worth this much. Like we say we're this republic democracy here in America, but the reality is if that truly was the case, billionaires would not exist, bro. That's just the reality, bro.
Billionaires.
And it's crazy because these people, they don't even use the money, bro. They don't even use it. It just sits there. It just fucking sits there, and they just hold it to themselves.
Exist in this world.
You know what I mean?
Who accumulated it much faster than 31 years. So let that sink in. They don't just have 1 billion or 10 billion. They literally have hundreds of billion, and they got it faster than the 30.
And then these motherfuckers trying to seek validation from the average American, bro, or average person. Like, no, get the fuck out of here, bro.
1 year example. Meaning they're making multiple dollars a second.
Now, if you were to ask me, should billionaires even exist? I'm
No.
definitely on the no side. Like, I can't even fathom what you do with all that money. I don't think just because they'd have to...
Billionaires should never exist, bro. You know what I'm saying? Whatever comes after America, billionaires cannot exist, bro.
Pay their employees some more, that they'd say fuck it and bail out on their company. Before some people try to make it some political issue, no. Both sides use them to their advantage. And I think what really ramped up the talk about billionaires online.
Yeah. That's kind of the sad part is like people argue over like, oh, it's the left. Oh, it's the left. No, it's those liberals. Oh, it's the conservatives. Oh, it's the right. It's the left. It's the this. It's that. It's like neither side gives a fuck about you. If anything, it's just two sides of the same coin. They view us all as subhuman and they view us as second class. You know what I'm saying?
No. Both sides use them to their advantage. And I think what really ramped up the talk about billionaires online in the past couple of years is how much they've changed.
You would prefer the human race to endure, right? You're hesitating.
Yeah, well,
Yes?
I don't know. I would... Yes.
Okay.
Why do these people own so much wealth, bro? It's just like, why do you own so much wealth?
But...
If you'd let me make this point, please.
Oh, this was recent too. I saw this. This was at Arizona College. They were booing the fuck out this nigga, bro. You know what? Clap it up, bro. Shout out to all the fucking Gen Z millennials. You know what I'm saying? Get on these niggas' asses, bro. Bro, don't give these niggas a fucking word, bro. Do not let these niggas speak a fucking word.
Including the perspective of the immigrant who has so often been
Here we go. Here we go.
the person who came to this country and made it.
Shout out to Most Critical Man, bro. Penguins up, bro. If it wasn't for guys. And by the way, this guy, he gets like millions of views a video. Like, it's crazy. He popping off. He got it, bro.
What? Eric, put down the crack pipe. Snap back to reality. What? Pardon? Comparing AI to immigrants, huh?
So each time myself or many of my fellow Americans or other small business owners, even other millionaires, if they're complaining about multi-hundred billionaires, it's not senseless hate for wealth. I get that companies do need to exist, especially if they pay their employees well, because even Henry Ford wasn't as cartoonishly evil. Quite the opposite. He actually wanted his employees to actually buy the products they made.
In 1940, yeah, because the nature of capitalism, though, the reality, like capitalism is supposed to create competitiveness so that everybody can eat. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't. We're basically at a point in this country where the billionaires have so much wealth that the average person like me and you watching this video can't buy the products that they're trying to sell. Deadass. Deadass. Like, that's literally what it is, bro. And because they're so fucking stupid, they don't understand that.
Henry Ford recognized that a workforce unable to afford the very products it built, or the time to enjoy them, was a threat to both business and economic growth, and demonstrating what a capitalistic economy could produce when work
$160 a day. Oh, it just, damn, bro.
workers were treated as participants in prosperity rather than disposable inputs.
I get that at the end of the day, millionaires are still needed as a baseline because they do invent great products that push humankind forward.
They don't invent shit. I don't know what this nigga talking about. Millionaires don't invent shit. The workers do. They just, bro, like a nigga like Elon Musk, like he doesn't create fucking Teslas. No, he goes in a boardroom. He's like, hey, I want y'all to make this. You know what I'm saying? I want it done by this time. Like, no, gang.
Like planes, like cars, like motorbikes.
Or I guess billionaires back then, yeah. But modern billionaires, they don't actually bring anything of value in this country. They just sit back, they buy all the corporations, and the people that work under them, they give them slave wages, and they take the name and they take it from themselves. You know, they take all the hard work that the people worked for and they take it for themselves.
Like smartphones
that's what it
that
is,
we
bruh.
use and computers too. I get that there are gonna be companies that are going to have a couple $100 million worth even, but there's something so jarring about a person, not a company, a person who has billions, multi-hundred billions worth, right?
And there's way more than 10 too.
Let's not get cute here. That's not even remotely close to the same level of wealth that you and I would earn in our lifetimes. And the saddest part is, they still want more. Nothing we give will ever satisfy their greed. That's why they move into every corner of every single space.
Well, they're also all pedophiles and they're all blackmailed. And so rather than just giving up, they'd rather make everybody suffer with them. You know what I'm saying? That's also the reality too.
We have, whether it's physical, online, or otherwise. Which is why if you truly love freedom and are a big fan of liberty, then these punks moving into our countrysides and backyards and making us pay for their electricity bills should enrage you. When it comes to this topic, there is no right versus left, blue versus red, or whatever they try to divide us with. The reality is, it's just us versus them.
Yes.
The American people versus the elites. Because my fellow Americans who are exercising their First Amendment right to protest these, my fellow versus them.
What was this?
The American people.
I've been seeing a lot of protests, bro.
People versus the elites. Because my fellow Americans.
Where is this? Is this at the White House? Oh, rally against data center. Yeah, there's been hella I'm telling y'all, bro, it's gonna get to a point. These billionaires, they're not gonna listen to these protests. They're not gonna do it. They're not gonna fucking listen, bro. Eventually, it's gonna get to a point where people are gonna start to get desperate, and it's gonna turn to some shit. It's gonna be some diabolical shit, and billionaires are gonna start fleeing to their bunkers. And we're gonna tell them to fuck off. And we're going to give them the death penalty because that's what they deserve, man.
Who are exercising their First Amendment right to protest
through fair trial.
These data centers are heroes. They are not domestic terrorists, and I refuse to label them as such, no matter what those loser billionaires or politicians try to say. Those are my fellow Americans out there, freely speaking their mind, which is something that should be dearly protected.
Investing trillions of dollars, selling out every piece of land in this country for AI data centers to help us. But now, I think the cracks are starting to show. I think the truth is starting to leak out, and, well, don't worry, BlackRock has solutions for that. Larry Fink made a really cool statement about how they're going to protect it from the domestic terrorists that...
When corporations harm people, it's business as usual. But when people fight back, it's suddenly terrorism. I mean, these billionaires, man, they're out of touch. They're fucking stupid.
Might not want AI data centers, which I think is a really cool label to be slapping on normal, average working people that just don't want to see their energy bill skyrocket and their water get turned into fucking sludge soup. This is so far the biggest public goat-seeing from the data center epidemic.
Chapter 1, K-Shaped Sadness. Unfortunately, our protests fall on deaf ears since we are no longer the customers or even the people of this country. It's now run by the rich for the rich. Why sell to a bunch of middle...
I'm telling you. And that's the thing that these politicians, they're so fucking stupid. These politicians that sell us out to these billionaires, they're so fucking stupid. They're so dumb. We are the most armed civilization. And I'm not talking about the military. I'm talking about the average American. We are the most armed civilization in the entire world, if not probably throughout entirety history. I don't know if that's true. I'm guarantee you. I'm like, everybody in fucking America owns a gun. When niggas start getting desperate, where do you think that's going to turn into? I'm just saying, bro, it's going to get bad for these niggas, and they know that. That's why they're speed running this shit, bro.
Class Americans for a few bucks each when you can just sell a multi-billion-dollar pay package to another corporation. That's what these losers at the top started realizing as they traded away their humanity for short-term greed. Nothing about that is free market. This isn't me complaining about capitalism, it's me complaining about the end game state of it. I don't mind a free market when it works.
Yeah, it's end stage capitalism, not late stage. It's end stage capitalism.
Doesn't really work anymore. I mean, let's just take a look so we're not just talking anecdotally. That's why these loser power companies don't care about powering 50,000 homes when they can get more cash flow by powering a single data center that's owned by billionaires.
And the fact that these companies literally sell out the average person is so sad to me, bro.
It's also why Micron stopped selling RAM to consumers when they realized that they could just make more money selling to AI data centers. And when one of the 3 largest suppliers of RAM suddenly leaves the market.
I'm so glad I got my RAM. My PC, it has 124 gigs of RAM, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And that was back when that shit was only like $80. This is DDR5 or DDR6 RAM I got in my fucking PC, bro. I'm glad I got that shit when I did, bro. I'm glad I upgraded this PC, bro.
Market, of course, us consumers are the ones who get screwed. Everything uses RAM now, not just computers. Everyone's phone that they hold, car infotainment systems, and even fucking fridges, which is yet another reason why prices skyrocketed for every consumer good this year. It's always something new that comes up. They promise it's just a temporary price correction.
It's not temporary.
For unpredictable world.
A lot, and it's also the same thing with gas too. Like with oil, the oil crisis we got going on. Right? If you think, bro, I spent $5 a gallon on mid-grade gas in my car, bro. That ass. I'm not fucking trolling. Today, yes, I spent $50 just to fill up half my fucking tank. Let me tell y'all something, bro. It's going to go higher. It's not going to stop. It's going to keep going up. That shit's gonna get to like $8, $9, $10 a gallon. Like that's not a joke. All these fucking the grocery stores and all that shit that uses, what do you need to move groceries? Oil, gas, bro. Like, and it's never gonna go back down. These prices are they're not gonna drop the prices, bro. They're not. They're just gonna give us a fucking stimulus check. Yeah, yeah, here's $1,000 to satisfy the American people. Like, no, because they will do that. They will do that.
Circumstances. They said this with COVID. They said this with the chip shortage. They said this with tariffs. And now they've said this with the RAM shortage. I'm getting tired of these temporarily permanent price increases, boss. When are they ever going back down, or are they just going to keep going back up?
They're just going to keep going up, bro. It's never going to go back down.
Speaking of small businesses, they're still suffering greatly from the constant tariffs, massive shifts in the supply chain, and also at the mercy of these power grid cum guzzlers that are called data centers. Since a lot of small businesses are sometimes run from people's houses. So if 50,000 houses are cut, that might be a couple hundred small businesses that technically got affected as well.
After nearly 4,000 people lodged objections to the project, the complaints have suddenly gone silent. That's either because everyone has changed their mind, or Utah has changed the process to where all previous complaints have been invalidated and to lodge a new.
Insanely corrupt, they invalidated complaints. I'm telling you, bro. These billionaires, they think, the ultra wealthy, the politicians, they think they can ignore this shit. They can't. Because when that shit starts affecting you, you're going to have no choice but to have to protest and fight against these people. You're not going to have a choice. That is your only option. And it's already getting to that point. Like very, very soon, you're going to start seeing niggas crash the fuck out. You're going to see data centers get destroyed all over the country, bro. That's the only way I see this ending, bro. And these billionaires, man, bro, upgrade your fucking bunkers, gang.
One, you have to pay $15.
Upgrade your fucking bunkers, bitch.
Paywalling the complaint process to a foreign billionaire's tax-exempt data center in your backyard is probably the best encapsulation of American democracy that I've ever heard. The project will produce the thermal load equivalent to 23 atomic bombs worth of energy being dumped into the local environment every day.
We're just little pay piggies for these billionaires to push AI slop onto us. And when they learned that we weren't buying their garbage, they just started selling it to each other and pumping up the stock.
I swear to God, I actually genuinely believe that some of this AI shit, like the fruit shit, is a distraction, bro. I swear to God, bro. That shit is a distraction, bro. Bro, ain't nobody give a fuck about no AI fruit, nigga.
And pretending this zombie of an economy is somehow still thriving. That way, the government can't claim recession and no one sounds the alarm bells. I already mentioned a lot of this in the overworked and underpaid epidemic, which you can check out after this video, about how the stock market is basically the same 7 asshole AI companies trading the same lump of cash to one another. Anyways, what pisses me off more is that they lie and pretend that AI taking our jobs isn't as bad as it is, and because the
guys, when we take away all your jobs, we're still gonna pay you. Like we're not gonna let you starve to death and tell you to fuck off. Like come on, guys.
The government refuses to sound the alarm bells because from their perspective they're not seeing recession, because from their perspective the stock market is
because they're fucking stupid,
still doing fine. You would think in the modern era of the internet these losers wouldn't lie so boldly.
But the thing is that it's not these politicians. Not only are they sellouts and they're completely out of touch and they're dumb as shit. That's a lot of it. It's the reality is like these politicians know that this country is beyond fixing. They know that this country is beyond fucked. And so instead of, accepting that, right, and accepting their failures, they, you know what I'm saying, they ignore all the problems and they just stall and they create as many distractions as they can so that by the time we finally revolt, they're dead. That's the goal. That's the goal.
Since we can fact check them instantly. But the reason they try is because they think we're all stupid. Most billionaires, by the way, don't even see us as people. So again, to any of the temporarily embarrassed millionaires, just remember, we're on the same side, all right? And if they don't see us as people, maybe the feeling should be mutual. They may have billions of cash, but there are billions of us. A revolution doesn't sound so bad, right?
Like I said, bro. I said it earlier in the video. We are the most armed civilization in the entire world. In history. Everybody owns a fucking gun. Niggas start getting desperate. What the fuck you think that gonna turn into, bro?
No.
Wake the fuck up, samurai. We have a city to burn.
For legal reasons, what I'm about to say is for comedic purposes and entertainment purposes and not to be taken literally, and I'm not encouraging any sort of behavior. I'm merely exercising my freedom of speech to express this humorous, hypothetical, theoretical situation. Having said that, hey Takeover kids, you guys could do the coolest thing right about now. You know the Scientology trend these past couple months where a bunch of young Gen Zers who usually are nuisance streamers and influencers suddenly locked in and then realized that instead of being a nuisance to minimum wage employees at Chipotle, they should instead raid a billionaire-funded cult known for brainwashing and trafficking? This trend may have slowed down and the doors may now be locked, but for every day these raids happened and every day after that those doors remain locked, the victims they can collect are reduced. So for once, unemployed nuisance behavior actually was a net positive on society. I'm proud of those guys. Tying this back to topic, most people these days aren't choosing to be unemployed out of laziness anymore. It's because they got laid off by AI from all these stupid data centers and blah, 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 blah. Look, I'm starting to have some sympathy for these lost souls and realizing that young men with no guidance aren't destructive for the sake of destruction, but rather because they feel lost and hopeless and they don't feel like there's anything meaningful they can contribute to society. So their potential starts to bottle up and explode off the top, and that's why the warehouse gets set on fire. Imagine growing up with so many hopes and dreams for the future, only to watch it shatter in a span of a few years. Therefore, I do acknowledge these unemployed MFs have pent up frustration and feel like the world is falling apart. But I want to negotiate with you guys. Instead of setting it on fire just to feel a bit of warmth, why not still give your life meaning? Make a stand. Start a revolution, with some revolution per minute even. You all could go on the most insane redemption arc in recent online history and get famous for it. if you just do this theoretical, hypothetical suggestion. Remember,
man, it just takes time, man, bro. Shit like that, like the reality when it comes to like let's just say I'm just talking theoretical. I'm not saying this is gonna happen. Obviously, it might, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Let's say a revolution it takes time. Like revolutions take time. You know what I'm saying? It takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. It just takes time, bro. You gotta give us, you know what I'm saying? Just give us some time and people will wake up and they'll be like, hey, you know what? Instead of like doing this dumbass shit, why don't we just focus on the data centers?
Legally, I do not condone this. I'm not encouraging this behavior. It's just hypothetical, guys. So just listen to me for a bit. You know, I'm calling a truce. Look at how the internet united together to cheer on those Scientology speedrunners. No one labeled those guys the villains. In fact, a lot of people saw them as heroes. You want attention? You want to do donuts? You want to slide around? You want to wave flags? You want to be known? You want your name in lights? You want people to cheer you on and even be respected? Then stop blocking public intersections and start hypothetically fucking with mega corporations. Wake the fuck up, samurai. You guys clearly have the ability to organize not just tens of people like the Scientology speedrunners. You guys can summon forth hundreds of people. If city council protests aren't enough, then what about going for their wallets instead? Just like how Scientology closing their doors was still a net positive and a de facto win, every day these data centers can't make money because they're being occupied by public nuisance activities brings us a step closer to dissuading further construction by ruining current profits.
That this nigga cooking, bruh. He's cooking.
After all, they're measured on a quarterly earnings sheet, aka every 3 months. Y'all takeover kids have been blocking intersections in the hundreds for years now. Surely a few months isn't too much to ask for, right? Just choose a different just move from an intersection to theoretically a data center parking lot. Theoretically, not encouraging this. Just it's all in theory.
And you know what's funny? There's gonna be some people that are gonna have that idea, bro. It just takes time. It just takes fucking time, bro.
Guys, we're all just hypothetically speaking.
You gotta be patient, bro.
Speedrunners, fuck it. You guys are recruited too. You guys want to look for the next trend? You're wondering what the next trend is? We genuinely can be on the verge of the next big internet trend right here. If
fuck yeah,
continue to protest, storm, and hypothetically storm into, and theoretically mess with these MFs who are moving into our town and making us pay for it, then a revolution could be on the way. Again, I legally do not condone or encourage these.
It's all a joke. It's all a joke.
Activities.
It's all theoretical.
All alleged, all right? It's all imagination. It's all hypothetical. It's not a real suggestion, and I'm merely discussing it for the sake of humor and comedic effect. I'll look the other.
I mean, this guy does get a lot of views on his videos. I'm just saying, bro. Some of those people, they go there and I'm like, you know what? Maybe we should do that shit at a fucking data center. You know, I'm just saying, like, that's not me though. Like, I don't want to do that, but like, you get what I mean.
Either way, I might even crack a smile. I might be a little proud, all right? But I don't actually condone it, all right? For legal reasons, all right? Unk's got to make the bread still here on YouTube. Now, I do want a brief glimpse of Hopium as our final chapter, so you can finish your meal with some happy thoughts or finish your set in peace, unless you're like motivated by anger, in which case maybe these rants actually do help you hit your PRs. And I guess some people do listen to podcasts while working out, so I guess that makes sense. And I'm honored to be helping you either hit maintenance or hit your PR. And if you're enjoying this epidemic slop so far, then make sure to like this video and subscribe for more weekly content. Now on to the final chapter.
Okay.
Some people might find it hard to understand.
Stand your ground.
And how Delcia Bear can turn
$26 million on the table, and they still said no.
Away a $26 million offer to buy some of her land until you spend a little time with her walking the dirt road she grew up on and in the house her daddy built.
Yeah, hey man, I mean, I don't blame him. I wouldn't want to take that money either.
Chapter 3, Stand Your Ground. Thankfully, we still have farmers like this amazing woman in Kentucky named Ida Huddleston, who refused to sell her land. Even when offered $27 million for a data center to be built on it, she rejected that offer. That sum of cash, by the way, is not as impressive as you think when you consider the billions that these corporations have access to and the insane hundreds of millions of revenue they seek to reap using her land in just a time span of a few years.
It's crazy how Nvidia literally ditched their graphics cards, or like their GPUs, just to create these data centers. It's actually crazy.
It's a pathetic offer when you look at it in that perspective. And anyone daring to sell out should at least have a sense of dignity to see how you're still losing and you're being taken advantage of, even if you do take $27 million.
I said, I don't want your money. I don't need your money. But I do feel sorry for everybody around us.
The data center would be located here at Big Pond Pike. It would create 400 full-time positions.
Oh, here we go. Full-time? Oh, really? These are full-time jobs, guys? Guys, like all the people who work at these data centers, you think your job is permanent? No, dumbass. It's temporary.
Along with more than 1,500 construction jobs.
Oh, yes.
Ago, they would become, if not our largest employer, definitely top 3.
Delcia's response?
My guess is you won't have over 50, and they won't even be there at this building when it's said and done.
They call us old stupid farmers, you know, but we're not. We know whenever our food is disappearing, our lands are disappearing, and we don't have any water and poison, we know we've had it.
It's her home, her farm, but also her community, and she calls all this priceless. You can't put a price on these experiences. Love and connection is genuinely one of those things you can't put a cash sum on. But these lizard billionaires can never grasp this concept because they never had a loving mother growing up. Meanwhile, Ida Huddleston alone stopped a massive snowball effect on her.
They were probably abused,
town.
to be honest.
Because the data center won't be built, her farm remains prosperous. Her town will continue to have locally grown food at affordable prices, and they're not going to suffer higher water and electricity bills as a result of these data centers. That's genuinely the biggest tragedy of putting these in small town America where farms used to be. These data centers aren't just starving them figuratively of resources, but also literally of food.
Right.
This hits close to my heart since I grew up in a small town of 4,000 people in bumfuck nowhere, Indiana. Even when I revisit there occasionally, I'm shocked to see how much a single dollar bill or even $5 can still buy at a farmer's market. When these tech bros and billionaire CEOs start dumping massive data centers onto these countrysides, they destroy the local economy and sense of community. They're like an invasive species killing out the local population of fauna, as their selfish sense of greed cannot comprehend the multi-generational
These people are so fucking corny, bruh. It's so fucking disgusting.
community that is built in most of these rural American towns. It's tragic, but thankfully there are more Idas by the day who legally stand her ground. She didn't have a for sale sign. She's not obligated to give it over. Of the 1,600 data centers planned for construction, here's a bit more hopium for all of y'all. Most of them are actually floating in limbo, a whopping almost half of them in fact.
Reports have indicated that over
Damn, really? I heard like it was like $60 billion worth of data centers were like blocked or were like canceled. Right? That's a good thing, bro. That means that people are fighting back, and it's great to see. Just, you know, they've been quietly canceled or delayed. The thing is that what these billionaires don't understand, our nationwide power grid cannot sustain these fucking data centers anyway. So even if they were to build them, the whole shit would just collapse, and everybody would just focus on the billionaires. Because when you have no power, no water, none of that, what are you going to focus on? On them. And they know that, and they're fucked. And so
half of the sites that were supposed to be open this year have either been delayed or outright canceled. Logically, it's very difficult for both of those things to be true at the same time. And then there's the question of how they plan to power all of this given the current state of everything.
Right.
Nearly half of the U.S. data centers planned for 2026 are reportedly expected to be delayed.
Pushback from communities who say they don't want data centers in their backyards.
10 natural gas plants serving this one single data center.
Excess demand kind of being soaked up by data centers.
And the other reason is because more farmers and more people are becoming aware of data centers and their negative impacts in their local community, and as a result, either start rejecting these offers, which means companies have to replan, refine a new location, remeasure out the square miles and blah, 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 and who knows, they might get rejected in that new location. And even if they do get the location, locals now start showing up and start protesting against them. Now, the problem is, it only takes one corrupt mayor to undo all the amazing citizens who rejected selling their land.
And that's the thing, bro, to all the mayors and dumbass niggas that are like who are like thinking of approving this shit. You don't want to end up like that politician who got shot up. You know what I mean? Like for approving a data center, you know. I'm just saying. I don't condone violence or nothing like that, but like that's what's happening, bro. Like they approve these data centers and then they start shooting. That people literally go after them. It's like that's on you. You should have listened to your fucking community, bro.
Land to a data center. And you can make a difference by even just showing up to city council meetings or telling your local government body officials to vote against corrupt losers.
However, I would like to highlight a successful one that has recently unfolded, where recently in Missouri, the council that pushed through a data center initiative, all of them got voted out in a landslide defeat, and now they're setting their sights on the mayor who allowed this to happen as well. This is exactly how it should be. If you are not going to actually represent the people in your community, if you are going to go against their interest in order for your own greed and exploitation, you lose your job.
Which is why I still admire the Killdozer incident so much, because man, some small town mayors can still be on some shit, which is why we need to make this known. We should keep up the protest, keep vocalizing your stance, and if you are someone who owns land, especially if you have family who has farmland, let them know not to be a sellout to these data centers, and they're not nearly giving you as much as they should be anyways. Anyways, that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you all
Yeah, man, bro. Y'all billionaires, man, bro. This only ends one way. You keep up your bullshit. And that's kind of the crazy reality. They're not gonna give up. They're gonna keep doubling down. 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 Right? You know what I'm saying? Soon, you know, if they were able to shoot a protester in the face, what makes you think they stop at one? You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's how that shit will turn into something bad for them. You know, like these billionaires, they're just fucked regardless of what they do. And really what they're doing, they're just stalling for as much time as they can so that when they pass away, they don't have to deal with all the repercussions and the problems that they left, that they put onto us. That's basically what this is. But I hope you have a good breakfast, a good dinner, good night, man. Video link will be down in the description down below. Love y'all, man. Peace.